part 8 of our conversation with Steve Lukather. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music.
Jeff Shamil asked if Ringo would ever retire. This is one of those wacky questions, but if Ringo would retire from the All-Star Band, would you take it up if you were asked?
Oh, well, that's an interesting. I don't know how I could take it up when it's Ringo's All-Star Band. I mean, then it would be Steve Lukather's All-Star Band. I don't think it has much clout, you know.
Luke's All-Star Band, man.
I don't know. I mean, you know, I love all the musicians in those bands that I've gotten a chance to play with. Who knows, man? You know, I don't want to even think about a life without Ringo right now.
Well, that's a different vibe playing with him, right? I mean, that's got to be.
He's just the most wonderful human being I've ever known. I can't really describe it into words. He's just a very special human to me, man. I mean, more than Ringo the Beatle, you know. I mean, we've got to know each other on a deeper level, and I admire him so much in his world view. I've learned a lot from being around him. I adore him and Barbara so much, you know.
Yeah,
they're just great people.
Bridge of Sighs, another one of the Robin Trower.
I've been doing that. Yeah, I've been doing that live, and it went over. But nobody's, you know, Robin doesn't get enough love. I'm a big Robin Trower fan, and it's a really fun song to play over, and it's got a really cool dark riff and everything like that. And I was able to just have fun and just start stomping on boxes, pretending I'm Jimi Hendrix or something like that.
You were a 17-year-old kid.
It was a fun thing to do. And like Babco making all those sound effects, that was all going on live during the session.
Yeah.
Those were not overdubs. Like all of a sudden I hear this shit out of nowhere. Like, where did that come from? You know, so we were all laughing, having a blast, like we were kids in the studio again.
And yours is 3 minutes longer than his. Well, his album version of that, of course, in concert it was longer, but
yeah. I love all that stuff, man. I mean, that's the stuff that, you know, touched my heart growing up. And that's the stuff that still holds true for me. Now, Joe's record is much more meticulously produced, and you know, his detail, man. I've never seen. He's so gifted and such a massive talent. I think people are going to be really impressed with that. And Mike Landau plays some incredible guitar on it. We play on a couple things together. I sing. We've all worked on each other's records, so it's. I suppose if you put them on shuffle, you might have an interesting experience. But you know, it's not a Toto record, but it's as close as you'll get to one.
With the Ringo album coming out, what part do you play in that?
Well, I play on about 5 or 6 of the tracks, and I co-wrote one of them.
Okay.
And that was a lot of fun. You know, I mean, I love working with him, man. He's just the best thing ever. Touched my heart, man. You know? I'm going on 8 years. I'm going to be back next year. No, that gig is like vacation, first class. When do we leave? Kind of a gig, you know.
Yeah.
And because I just get to be the guitar player. I don't have any that other pressure. And he treats us like kings. And he lives near me, and we hang. And, you know, he always invites me up to play whenever I'm there. He goes, hey, you want to play on something? Yeah, let's do it, you know.
He doesn't get his due. I'll always say the same thing, you know, when it comes to Ringo. I can't explain people ever complaining about Ringo's star in the Beatles.
I will go to the death and beat them to death for saying such stupidity. How many drummers can you just play the drum track and know what song it is?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
There's a lot of cats that shred, a lot of cats that are mind-blowing. But there's only a very small handful of cats that you could just play the drum track. And Ringo, no click. No, they play it live. That was it. The quirky drum fills and the way he played, only he did. He brought drums to the forefront. Yeah, sure, there's better technicians. There was Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa before him, and there was all... Sure... He's the first guy to tell you, look, that's not what I did. That's not what I do. But he's so creative.
Yeah.
So creative. I mean, that I rest my case. You know, that's the song. He played for the song. He created timeless stuff. Like Ticket to Ride. Who would have thought to play quarter note triplets against it? I mean, even when he plays the little bongo parts that he did on the old Beatles records. I was sitting next to a rehearsal, and somebody brought like a 1962 pair of bongos that were exact same ones that he played on the early Beatles records. And he started playing some of the stuff, and we just started sitting around, you know. Greg Bissonette is the biggest Beatle fan that there is, and I thought I was, but forget it. He's over the top. And he started singing some old Beatles songs, and all of a sudden Ringo started playing the exact part, and it sounded like the record. That's the thing. It's like people could play the same notes as somebody else. Even on the same guitar. You can play Eddie Van Halen's guitar, you're not going to sound like Eddie Van Halen. You're going to sound like you playing a guitar. The magic is all here and here. It's not the bongos, it's the guy playing it. and just the touch, and it just had a thing in the room. We all just went, ooh, got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Simplest little dumb, but he did it, and
Yeah.
it has this real flavor. And he's just the real thing. And as a human being, I don't think I've met a finer human. I mean, he's hard day's night funny. He's most well-read, intelligent person. I mean, he can talk on any subject. He's relaxed. He's spiritual. He's his vibe is just, there's just a calm around it because there's nothing that bothers the cat. He's like, why do you let that bother you? And I'm getting all pissed off about shit, And it's like, he's right. It's like if I let the shit eat me alive, and often some of the negative shit does, because I'm a very sensitive person, believe it or not. Yeah, it does eat me alive, and it does upset me. And now that the negative cycle is over, and I accept defeat and go, okay, it is what it is. You pay the dough, you do this, you go, okay, here's whatever you wanted, because I can't fight you no more.
Yeah.
And then you have to sit back and go, okay, what's next? I mean, I've been in this juncture before. We all have. Everybody in this band has gotten to a point where, like, okay, I gotta not do this for a minute. I'm the only guy who's been there and never missed anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I've put it to bed before in the past, because and when I say this is my feeling. I'm not saying I'm not Mr. Toto. I'm far cry from that. I've just moved up front, not because I wanted to be, because there was nobody else to do it. And this is my life's work, my passion. It's everything to me, Yeah, sure, we all do different things, but there's something about this, man. I wanted to be in this band from the moment I got to play in January '77. Ever since I met Jeff and Dave and Steve.